You didn't buy a camper van, you bought a decision. The 2026 Toyota Sienna converted motorhome is sitting right there. And most people will scroll past it because it looks too normal, too practical. Too much like the vehicle their parents drove to soccer practice in 1998. That's exactly why it deserves your full attention. Because the people still chasing the perfect rig are still in their driveway, and the people driving the Sienna, they left on Friday. Let's start from the outside, because first impressions are always the most debated. The exterior of the 2026 Sienna is clean and deliberately unassuming. Toyota didn't try to make it look adventurous. It's a minivan. It has a long, sweeping roofline, a wide and aggressive front fascia with a redesigned grille, and flush door handles that lean more toward a luxury crossover than a traditional people mover. The profile is low and aerodynamic, which helps explain its strong fuel efficiency. There's no pop-up roof, no raised roofline, no loud visual cues screaming van life. And that's either what sells you on it or turns you away. Because a Sienna camper doesn't announce itself. It doesn't seek validation in a parking lot. It simply looks like a well-kept family vehicle that happens to be ready for anything. The 2026 paint options reflect that same philosophy, understated and intentional. Midnight black metallic, celestial silver, blueprint blue, and a subtle army green added quietly for buyers who understand what they're looking at. None of them shout adventure, but all of them age well through road grime, sun exposure, and serious mileage, the kind that would wear down most passenger cars. Slide open those rear doors, and the entire conversation shifts. The interior of the 2026 Sienna is where things get interesting. The cabin feels wider than expected, and the second and third rows are the real game changers. Fold or remove them, and you're left with a flat, long, genuinely usable cargo floor. From the back of the front seats to the rear hatch, you get close to 7 feet of length depending on configuration. Materials feel premium, the headliner is refined, and the tech is exactly what you'd want. Ambient lighting, a large infotainment display, wireless charging, and enough USB ports that nobody's arguing over cables. Dual-zone climate control works quickly, which matters more than most people realize when you're trying to warm up the cabin on a cold night before getting out of your sleeping bag. Now, the bed setup, the question everyone asks first. With the seats removed or folded, you get roughly 72 inches of length and about 48 inches of width. 2 adults fit. It's not luxurious space, but it's real sleep. Flat, comfortable, and reliable with the right foam mattress. Most builds include a platform over the wheel wells, creating underbed storage and a solid, stable base. Add a fitted sheet and pillows, and suddenly, what was a minivan in the morning becomes a bedroom at night. The transformation takes less than 4 minutes when the setup is in place. That's not marketing, it's reality. And when you add blackout curtains, you get a sleep environment that rivals a hotel in darkness and quiet. You wake up naturally, not because sunlight forces you to. The kitchen setup is compact and honest. You're not cooking elaborate meals, and you don't need to. A small 12V fridge, a 2-burner camp stove, and a simple collapsible sink cover everything essential. Most builds use a slide-out drawer under the bed, instant counter space, storage for utensils, and room for basic cooking gear. Morning coffee, eggs on a pan, sitting at the back with the hatch open, looking at the place you drove hours to reach. That's the kitchen. It's not flashy, but it works every single time. On the road, the 2026 Sienna delivers one of the most refined driving experiences in its class. The hybrid system is smooth and quiet, making long-distance cruising effortless. With a 2.5-liter engine paired to dual electric motors producing 245 horsepower, it never feels underpowered, even fully loaded. The ride is stable, the steering is light but precise, and driver assists like lane centering and adaptive cruise make long drives significantly less tiring. On a 12-hour trip, that difference matters. Fuel stops come roughly every 500 miles, which has a real impact on travel cost and convenience. Inside the cabin, noise insulation is another underrated strength. At highway speed, conversations stay clear, music doesn't need to fight road noise, and when you're parked at night, the cabin remains calm, even if the wind picks up. That level of quiet is something even more expensive vans struggle to match. Off-pavement, the AWD system performs better than expected. It handles gravel roads, forest tracks, and dirt routes with confidence. You're not rock crawling, but you don't need to. The real limitation is ground clearance, about 6.5 inches. Stay within those limits, and the Sienna will take you to places most people assume require a serious off-road build. And the truth is, the best campsites aren't at the end of extreme trails. They're down simple roads most people ignore. The The Sienna gets you there without drama. Everything else depends on your priorities. Roof racks, storage systems, small power setups, even simple outdoor showers. None of it is complicated or expensive. You can build a fully functional setup over a few weekends without needing a professional builder. And then there's reliability. The Sienna hybrid platform is known for going the distance, hundreds of thousands of miles with basic maintenance. That matters when you're far from help. Where other builds come with stories of breakdowns, the Sienna just keeps going. The 2026 Toyota Sienna Motorhome conversion isn't trying to be everything. It's trying to be enough. And enough, used consistently, will take you further than perfection sitting unused. The real question was never which vehicle is best. It's which version of yourself actually gets in and goes. Because the rig doesn't define the life. The decision does, and that decision costs nothing. The Sienna is ready. The only question left is whether you are.